Good evening all. Hope you're all well. I hope you're having a lovely week. It's not been too pretty today, has it? We've had a lot of grey clouds down here. I've really missed the sunshine. But hey, it's just one of those things. I'm going to wait until a few more of you are with me. So just give us a wave. Hi Natasha. Oh, hi Sarah. Hi Wendy. Hi Dawn. Oh, lovely to see you all this evening. Hi Sarah. Hi Wendy. Hi Lisa. Oh, boss lady's watching. Hi Lisa. Hi Jane. Oh, hello gorgeous to you too. Right then, we've got a few of us in there. So shall we get cracking? I left it a bit of a surprise, didn't I? Because I didn't show you any photos. Well, what we're going to do this evening, I don't know about yourselves, but over the last few weeks, it's been so beautiful. I think a lot of us have been spending a lot of time in the garden, and especially in the evening. Hi Miriam. So I don't know about yourselves, but I love outdoor lights. It's something I've always loved, and I think to make something for yourself that you've made to display out there makes it even more special. Now, because we're still in the daylight and for the purpose so you can see the full effect, these are battery lights what I've put in here that are really bright. Once these are outside in the dark, they look absolutely beautiful. So what I would hang in them is probably the citronella, because obviously for the flies and things like that. Yeah, it's difficult with these battery lights, but I just wanted to sort of show you what effect from the butterflies. Unfortunately with a camera, you can a little bit. I'm trying to get, you get all the sparkle from the mermaid's tails on the butterflies, and it is absolutely beautiful. The other reason I like these is in the daytime, as soon as the sunshine, with the lights off, as soon as the sunshine hits them, it goes berserk. They're just beautiful. Another reason I wanted to do this project is for any of you that have your children at home and need something to, you know, something for them to do. Obviously these are professional inks, but if they want to use the pens and just have a go at something pretty, you can do the stamps, the butterflies, and let them finish it off, and then they can have it with the batteries in the bedroom. Okay, so we'll get started. You know myself, I'm all about a bit of recycling. Now this was just a pasta jar, what would normally go into the recycling. Try and give it a good, there's a few marks on mine, try and give it a good clean with alcohol, or to be honest, a good scrub in the sink, and it will be fine. The reason I like this project as well is any of Lisa's stamps will work with this, just because I'm using the butterflies because I think they fit well with the design. But you could use the flowers, you could basically use anything, and you could also, what I'm thinking is Christmas. I'd probably be more inclined, obviously because of the weather, to keep them inside at Christmas, but with some of the a Christmas tinsel around the top, even you can make the butterflies Christmassy as well. You can do so much with this. So to start off, I'm going to use these colours just because I find the darker colours do seem to come out a lot stronger than the lighter colours for the glass. I'm not sticky, I don't stick to the Ranger. There's lots of different makes of alcohol inks. They all work perfectly well. Also you can use your alcohol pens. Again, you'd have to use the really dark colours. I've got some Pentart alcohol inks. And for the kiddies, if you're not bothered about a really strong colour, like I say, they can use the felt tips. But if you are going to put them outside, you'll need to use some kind of yacht varnish or permanent varnish. But I found with these, it just tends to stay on. So I'm going to add a little bit onto the felt, and then randomly pat on the jar. Now when you've seen me use the alcohol inks last time, you will have noticed that I use the blending solution. I am going to do that, but I'm going to do it later on, as I find the blending solution, as well as blend, it does dilute it slightly, so you do tend to use quite a bit of, you lose quite a bit of the colour, which I don't want to do. So we're going to get a bit of that colour is Amethyst, and the other colour I was using was Fiesta. And what you will find, as you put one colour on top of another, it will all reactivate, and you only use a tiny amount. Just a few little blobs, and then off you go. But if you're careful, really, I would say, as long as you're supervised, and you've got a window open, because they do suggest that you have plenty of fresh air coming in. Not obviously little children, but sort of older children would be able to have a go at this. And what I like about it is there isn't really a skill to it. It's just about having fun. You know, sometimes you might see a demo and think, oh, that's a little bit too far advanced for me. Well, this isn't. Anyone can do this. The next colour is Aquamarine, but any blue, any dark. I think there's a cobalt or some. There's a really dark blue what's quite pretty. Right. So, and another thing with this project is, like I said earlier, it does show that all Lisa's products just fit in with anything that you already have, and that is a must for me. I love things that you can reuse and things that fit together, and you often find you'll buy craft things and they only tend to work with each other. Lisa's don't. Lisa's work with everything what you already have. So this is the alcohol blending solution. I'm going to just gently dab that around the glass, and as you will see, this will split the cells. Okay, it blends, but it also gives you a more split cell effect. There's no routine to this. I wouldn't try and get a matching pair. I don't think it's going to happen. The only way you could do that is maybe with the colour. You could probably get the same colours. Now I'm going to give that a little, usually they do dry quite quickly, but I'm going to give it a little blast with the heat gun, just to make sure that it is. I know when you do it on the gloss card it's dry immediately, but I do end up with pink and blue fingers anyway. So there we go. Right, in my last live you will have seen I used the Majestic stamp set. I've also purchased now the wings and things. I think these two out of the stamps I've had all over the years in butterfly wise, they are absolutely beautiful. You can't go wrong with them. The wings, the detail that Anne has put into them are second to none. And then as it's obviously handed over to Lisa, then you see the quality. I mean, the thickness of the stamps, they are wonderful, and I think they fit in with this really, really well. I won't do the stamping and embossing today because I did that in my other live, so if you want to watch that you will see how I got to this. And what I like to do lots of them. The ink pad I prefer to use for this is the Archival Brilliance. Now you can use the StazOn, but I just found this white seemed to go better with the acetate. As I said in the other video, make sure that you use heat resistant acetate, as normal acetate will melt, and when you do heat onto this acetate it is still plastic, so remember, not for too long. I don't want to repeat because I know I went through that in the previous video. You can again ink onto the back like we did last time, so you end up with a coloured butterfly, but for tonight I'm getting quite addicted to I like them clear because I think the light shines through better and they're really, really pretty. Okay, so what you need to do is I've cut out two there ready. I've gone for the Majestic, and if you remember saying about getting the bend so that the wings flutter, I'll just show you that again. If you bend them in half very, very quick blast of the heat tool. As soon as you feel like your fingers are warming up, stop. That means it's finished. And there you go. The wings are bended. Okay. So we'll put those to one side. Right, I'm putting the lids on my alcohol inks because I'm a little bit clumsy. Okay, now I picked up this, I think I got it from a local garden centre or hardware store. You can use wire on these also if you want them to look a little bit more expensive. This, you know, this is quite cheap, but I just think it does the job and it's quite effective. Now, so you're not wasting any, to measure the amount you need, go round, let me bring that in a bit. Go around the glass once, pull, leave about, I'll say about 4 inches to spare. Then take, so you won't be able to see this, you take it up as far long as you want your handle. Okay, so depending whether you're having it on a tree or in the house, obviously you won't need too long. A little bit extra and then cut. If you're not worried about wasting it, I sometimes just leave it on the roll, but to be honest, you can cut it. So the way we do this, we go around the glass, okay, tie a loose knot. Now this needs to be loose at the moment. You see that I've just tied a simple knot. Just hold that with one finger. Now this is your handle, so this needs to go over and through the other side. Just slide it, if you can pull it a bit loose if you can't get it under. In fact, I'm going to do it just there so I can, because there's a gap there. Okay, sorry, fingers in the way, it's a bit difficult to show you. Right, okay, once you've got that through, and there's your handle, at this point you can tie this side. Now this, you want to get tension because you want this to hold. So you need any questions on this, and I will let me just tie that. I can show you this afterwards at any time if anyone's got any questions. So as you can see, that side is now tight. Now to get the other side, all we do, I'll pull it through because you don't want, until I get the right handle height. So I'm pulling it like that, looks like I get the right handle. Try and get these opposite each other that way, so then it will hang nicely. And then all we do is tie the knot. Again, I'm sorry there's a lot of fingers in the way, it's just quite difficult to do this on camera, but any questions and I'm quite happy to show you. Then we'll cut this short. Okay, this is the boring bit really. I want to get on to putting my butterflies on there. Okay, so they're pretty simple. We've got the handle. Like I say, you can do the same with wire, it's entirely up to you. Now I like, with these, I like to cover the top because I think it makes it look more effective. So I've heated up the heat gun, and then this is pretty easy. Just put some glue onto there, and it's a case of wrapping round, and it will keep sticking in that part of the glue. Okay, there you go. And then we will probably put more glue just there. There we go. And this part, just keep going until you think there's enough on there. That's enough. Okay, and then we'll add some more glue and stick down. So that's that part done. Right, my favourite part. This is when you choose what you would like to add on. Now I like the original, the dies, the 4-point flower. That's really pretty, and you can colour them whatever colour you wish. Now I find acetate obviously is better for outside. If it's going to be really heavy weather, I would bring them in because these are quite delicate. So what I'll do then is, let's pull that round, is take your handle and tuck your handle inside the jar so it's out the way. Okay, there we go. So then it's deciding where you would like to place your butterflies. I think on this one I'm going to go to for 3. Now, how I would cut these out, you don't need to go into too much detail because with acetate obviously it's transparent, so I would go about ½ centimetre, well maybe just a few millimeters actually, around, and I wouldn't fussy cut because you can't see it. So I would just very quickly cut around the edge. This is why I think this is a nice craft for the family, especially in these hard times when, you know, lots of people are stuck in the house, because it's a short enough thing to keep the children interested, because I know sometimes children get bored, don't they, if they're doing something for so long. So I'm just going to bend that one over. Quick heat with the heat gun. Again, as soon as your fingers are getting warm, stop. That's enough. I'm going to move the jar out of the way and let's prettify these up. So just getting this is my A4 glitter card. I have mermaids tails all over my house, all over my hands, or they're ever in my hair, I don't care. These are the ones I'm using. I'm going to bring the light over a little bit there, just so you can see the white ones. This is my little bit of therapy. I know people meditate, I just do this because I love them. I think they're so pretty. Okay, so we're going to get some glue. Now, where you place your glitter on your butterflies is entirely up to you. I just like to dot in various places. I don't tend to do the same on each side because I don't think they really need it. I'll do that one. Just look at that. And as you notice, if you remember from my last video, I said every time I use this, the pot just gets fuller. It's like, it's spooky. I can't explain that, but it suits me because the pot keeps going. I don't think I'll ever need to buy another one. Right, and I get number 2. There are new mermaids tails. I know Lisa's been teasing us. I haven't got them yet. We are all really excited. But as you see, they're a bit cheeky because they're called white, but they're not white. They're every different look. I mean, I don't know if you can you see all the colours? Blue, pink, purple, green, every different colour. And just while I'm there, girls, can one of you just remind me the show times? I've wrote it on a piece of paper and it's gone underneath something here. Lisa will be with us very shortly with some really exciting new projects, and I personally I've seen some of them and you are going to absolutely love them. It's part of the Create and Craft extravaganza, so I hope you're going to. I think the first one, is it 7:30? Yes, 7:30, that's it, 7:30 the first show, 12th of June, and I will be up and watching. So I love to watch Lisa because she teaches us so many different new things. Right, let's get this back. Right, I'm going to do this and show you what happens. So, okay, we'll just put this back in. I have to get a husband to remind me the time, so I don't want to go over. Right, look, as you can see, that's full. And look, it overflows. Now, I have used this, must have been on 20-30 projects, and it still is full. So thank you, Lisa. I don't know if mine's a magic pot, but it's certainly something. Okay, so we'll get hold of the jar, and what I will do is get the pull the heat gun over. Right, this heat tool I did get from Create and Craft. It's a tech one, I think. So we just add with the heat gun onto the jar and stick butterfly, and the wings will flutter. Also in the daytime they will flutter in the wind and you'll get all the sparkle, but Lisa, if you do one, watch Prue, because the cats like the sparkle. Yeah, so they'll be jumping up after it. Okay, we're going to put another one there like that. Oh, I will go for 3. I will. See, if I had a little girl, I wish I did have a little girl that I could make these for. I just think they'd be lovely in the bedroom. You know, next to the bed as like a little night light. So, see how quick and easy. And then finally, I just add little dots of glue around, okay? And I'm covered in mermaid's tails, but that's how I'm happy. Suits me, I love it. Sorry, I'm just bringing my card back in. And then just shaky around, okay? I'm not going to do all of it just because the time factor. Then what you need to do is leave it on, as you can see the glitter, leave it on one side to dry. Once it's dried, if you just get a little brush, you can literally brush off all the excess, and then you will be, I'm going to put some just on the glue where it's wet there, because you will find the glitter does like to stick in the places maybe you don't want it, but all you do is brush, light brush. In fact, if you have I haven't got mine to hand, the brush that you got with the micas, if you've got that one, that works brilliant. Brush over and all the excess will come away. So that's the new one. As you can see, they like flutter. So I'm going to put that one over and just bring in the original. This, if you weren't in the beginning, this has got the battery lights in. You can put these outside. They are lovely with a candle hung in your trees. In the daytime, you will get the light and you will get the sparkle from the butterflies. And then during the evening, I'm trying to get a bit more light on that. There you go. See a bit better. During the evening, they will light up and they look absolutely beautiful. That's it for me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will go through the comments to see if there's any questions. So what I want you all to do now is go into the kitchen, get those pasta jars out and jam jars, and let's see what you can make. And please, crafters, show us in the group, because when we see that you've used our techniques, it does make us really proud, and it means we're doing our job for Lisa and Danny, who I know are working so hard to bring all these beautiful projects to you, and I thank them for that, because they are quality and stunning. So I'll say good night now. Love to you all, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.